Hi everyone, my name's Ivory. Welcome to this card making project. In this project we're going to be using lots of goodies from Griffin, including the Ornate frames collection and some papers from the Rose collection and a few other bits and pieces along the way. If you look in the description box below the video where it says show more, it'll tell you everything that I have used, and if I can include a link it'll be there. If you've ever got any questions or comments, please feel free and I shall answer you. Okay, let's get on. So the first thing that I've got is my favourite card size. It's a 7x5" card, and I'm just going to simply make sure we've got a good sharp fold along the top, like that. It's an ivory card base, and I'm going to do the middle inside first. So opening it up, I've got a simple piece of ivory paper cardstock. The one that I always use is roughly 100 to 120 GSM. I've stamped it 5 times and it says "You are so special to me." I've stamped it in the top right and the left corner and the bottom right and the left corner, and just once in the middle. This is a really simple insert panel and will work with so many of your stamps. Probably best with your one line stamps rather than the double line, just so that you can get it positioned in the corners. Now we're just going to pop that inside the card. I've inked the edges as well with a pink ink pad, just to give it an extra bit of lift. So once that's in, I've also cut 2 strips of cardstock from the Rose collection, and these measure just under 1 centimetre. I've got double-sided tape on the back of them, and then I'm simply going to position it just above where I've stamped the words "You are special to me." And I'm going to do the same with the one at the top as well, just to give it something a little bit different on the inside. There we go. And you're still able to close the card. It isn't going to affect it in any way, but it just makes it a little bit fancy and it'll match the outside. So let's do the outside of the card. I'm just going to make sure that folds nice and firm, and I'm going to start off with a layer of black cardstock. This is just general run-of-the-mill standard black cardstock, and I would say it's roughly about a 260 GSM. It's quite a firm one, and I'm going to position it simply on the base of our card like that. So that's the first layer. The next layer is from the Rose collection from Anna. I've already got the double-sided tape on the back, and I'll peel that away and we'll make a nice matten layer using this as well. So we'll position that over the previous layer. The next thing is I've used the herringbone embossing folder on some green cardstock, and I've given it a very light sand just to make the herringbone stand out a little bit more. I've got double-sided tape on the back of it, and I'm simply going to position this over the other layers that we've just popped on, and I think we'll go that way with it. So I'm going to put it in the centre. Now we're not going to see a great deal of that, but we're going to know it's there, if you know what I mean. The next thing I've done is I've taken a piece of plain pink paper, and I've stamped the same stamp that we used for the inside. It says "You are so special to me." I've stamped it 3 times. I was very lucky, it did just fit. I've stamped it 3 times at the top and 3 times at the bottom. And now I've got double-sided tape on the back. I'm going to peel the back of this away, and I'm going to attach this through the centre of our card. Again, you could use any of the stamps, but a one-line stamp will work better than one that's 2 lines. You'll see what I mean when we get to the end, because you want to see the sentiment. So that has sat nicely through the middle. The next thing I've got is a piece of floral paper. Now this is ideal for using your scraps with, because you're not using a full sheet, it's just a section. And if, like me, you like to keep your paper, you like to sit and stroke it, and you don't want to cut into all of them, or you only want to cut a bit of a section away, then this is ideal for you. So I'm going to stick that through the centre of the previous layer between where I've done the stamping. Okay, so you can see it just sits nicely between the sentiments. Next, I've taken the Ornate frame die, the round one. As you can see, I've taken the centre out of it and I've cut it in half. And then I'm going to add a little bit of glue to the back of it on the sections that you're not going to see. And like that. And then I'm going to stick half of it at one side of the card, like that. Wait for it to just stick down a little bit, like so. And then I'm going to take the second section and do exactly the same. Add a little bit of glue just on the back, on the parts that are covered over that you can't see, and I'm going to stick it at the other side, so they're both roughly at the same level. Hold them down just for a minute or two. I've die cut the actual frame from general black cardstock, the same heavyweight cardstock that I used on the base, just so it all tones in. Okay, so that's just going to take a minute or two to hold. The last thing that I've got is I've already made a double bow out of black satin, and I've got a glue dot on the back of it. I've already done a video to show you how to actually tie a double bow, and it's nice and quick and easy, and that finishes our card off absolutely perfectly. Now that is such a pretty card, and as you can see, the one line of sentiment that actually sits just in the middle, so you can see what it says, but yet it still runs right the way along. And it's such an easy card, very pretty, and you'll be able to adapt it to use out, you know, with your own items in your stash. So I really hope you've enjoyed watching this. I'd like to thank you so much for watching. If you've got anything to say, please feel free, and hopefully I shall see you again. Thank you.